Auzubillahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome back in the chemistry lecture. Many scientists till the 19th century tried to pass the electricity through gases. When a high voltage is applied at the low pressure, only a high voltage is applied at the low pressure. These two diagrammatic representation I have drawn over here for you to understand actually how the electron discovery was taken place, how atom was further divided. So first, with respect to the Faraday, he has passed the electric current through the solution and was found that electrical nature of matter. Now further, this experiment has done by the J.J. Thomson. So this experiment involved the passes of electricity through gas at low pressure. Remember carefully, these are the glass tube which is made for understanding the discovery of electron. This is also a glass tube, this is also a glass tube. We will see what is the difference between these two diagrammatic representation. The experiment involved the passage of electricity through gases at low pressure. The pressure, first of all, this glass tube was taken, high vacuum pump, pressure can be adjusted, and this glass tube is filled with the gas. Any gas, it can be filled with any of the gas. So when the gas is filled in the glass tube and a high voltage is applied across cathode and anode, when the high voltage passed through the gas at low pressure, the glass tube start to glow. Entire glass tube was start to glow. The glass tube start to glow, and it was this experiment demonstrated the emission of certain invisible rays from the cathode. That means these rays are coming from the cathode, and these rays was said to be as an invisible rays. These rays produce fluorescence on the glass tube. The glass tube was begin to glow, so it produced fluorescence. And affect the photographic plate also. Means these rays can affect the photographic plate. That means these rays, invisible rays, it was named as cathode rays by J.J. Thomson. These rays were said to as a cathode rays because it was emitting from the cathode. J.J. Thomson studied the property of these rays, which led to discovery of electron, and that led to discovery of electron. Now they have created a low pressure, too low pressure, that is 10 raised to minus 2 millimeter Hg, very low pressure. At very low pressure, what happened? It was seen that at very far beyond the anode, there was a fluorescence over here. There was a fluorescence at the end of the tube. So to study the properties, to study whether these cathode rays were charged or not, so the discharge tube was modified. And they have taken as a cathode, anode, and there was a hole near the anode. So at high voltage, when the voltage around 5000 to 10,000 voltage, was applied across cathode anode, the invisible rays start to emit. Invisible rays start to emit, and in presence of electric field, it was observed that it was deflected from the mean position. That means what? In the absence of electric field, there was an fluorescence seen on the screen of the zinc sulfide. Zinc sulfide is a chemical. This is a screen made up of zinc sulfide. When invisible rays strike to zinc sulfide, there was a fluorescence seen on the zinc sulfide. In presence of electric field and magnetic field, it was observed that these rays were little bit deviated toward the positive one. That means these rays are
electrically negative charge.
That is why it was attracted toward the positive terminus of the electric field. And when they changed the electric field, they have made it here as a positive terminus and negative terminus. So it was found that the rays were moving toward the positive one, which was changed from here. That means when the terminus was changed, electric field terminal, then the rays, invisible rays, was seen over here. That means these rays were electrically charged, that is negatively charged. It was negatively charged, and the mass of this, it was said that so the invisible rays coming out from the cathode and this discharge tube experiment proved that all the constituent particle of cathode rays are identical, and this also proved that these particles are universal constituent of all the atoms of all matters. From all the matters, these rays can be emitted. It is constituent of all the matter. That means in every matter these invisible rays exist, and later on it was marked as this particle as an electron, and the mass of the electron was given as to be 1837 times lighter than hydrogen. That for the discovery of the another subatomic particle, that is proton, Goldstein has worked on the discharge tube, and he has modified the cathode as perforated disc. That means cathode was used with a gap. There was a hollow gap, we can say there is a canal over here, and when the invisible rays are emitting from the cathode at high voltage with the gas containing the tube at low pressure, invisible rays were coming out from the cathode and was seen beyond the anode as an fluorescence. So scientist Goldstein thought that if cathode is emitting an invisible rays, so anode also must be emitting the invisible rays. So Goldstein has done the experiment of the cathode ray tube with the perforated cathode and placed the zinc sulfide screen beyond the perforated cathode, and it was seen that from the perforation some rays, invisible rays, also coming from the anode, which was passing from the canal, that is gap from the gap of the anode, and found the fluorescence on the zinc sulfide screen. So it was proved that some rays are coming from the anode. The rays were named as anode rays passing from canal. That is why it is said to be as a canal ray. Later on,
Sir Rutherford
has given a convenient proof of presence of proton in the nucleus. That means some particles are also present which is oppositely charged. If the electrons are present, that means to neutralize the matter in an atom there is also some positive particles. So there was an experiment done for finding the proton, that is subatomic particle. So after Goldstein, after Sir J.J. Thomson has discovered electron, the scientist Goldstein has done an experiment, that is modified cathode ray tube. Later on, a convenient proof given by Sir Rutherford, a convenient proof given by Sir Rutherford in 1919 by an scattering of alpha particle by thin gold foil, a scattering of alpha particle of thin gold foil. And he has also given an radioactive fission. Proton was discovered by Sir Rutherford. He has done an experiment, that is gold leaf experiment. We will see in our next lecture.